Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Marriage Man. Thank you again for joining us as we continue on our topic of understanding narcissism. If you like this video, please leave a like, a comment, or feel free to subscribe. This helps YouTube understand that these videos are important and will put them out in front of more people that it can help. Now, today we are going to be talking about the 5 ways that a narcissist controls their partner. This can be really useful as a lot of times you don't necessarily know, how did the narcissist control you? Am I being controlled? Because the narcissist is typically very good at helping you not see that they're actually doing this. The first way that the narcissist controls their partner is through what I call overselling love. This means that when you first meet the narcissist, or when things are starting to go bad and things are starting to get uncomfortable, how a narcissist deals with that and how they attract you is by being incredibly loving. This can look different in a lot of ways, but generally it's this idea of making you feel important, making you feel valuable, making them feel that they're chasing you or that you mean a lot to them. Typically why this is because narcissists a lot of times have childhoods that aren't necessarily bad, but one of the dynamics that plays out in their childhood is that they have to learn how to deal with maybe parents or foster parents or grandparents, whoever it is that they're living with, typically being unstable emotionally. And so the narcissist learned at a very young age that, hey, if you want to have a relationship with somebody, you need to make them feel good. You need to take away their negativity. That's how you provide value. And while that sounds good, and it is a good thing, if that's all you do, because narcissists are very others person focused, meaning that they're very in tune with what are you feeling, what are you thinking, and because of that, they know how to manipulate people. They know how to, okay, I can sense that your lever is this, so if I pull it, then you'll like me. If you really need to hear that you're valuable, well, I'm going to tell you you're valuable. If you really need to know that you're a good mom or a good dad, I'm going to tell you you're a good mom or a good dad. I'm going to pull on these levers not because I believe them, but because I know you'll like to hear it. Now, this also begins to happen when things go bad, when you start having arguments, or maybe when you're starting to pull away. You're starting to realize, gee, I don't want to be in this relationship anymore. Well, all of a sudden, here comes that nice guy. Here comes that amazing woman that was there at the beginning. And they're doing these things, and it makes you kind of double take and say, well, okay, maybe I can stay in this relationship because maybe it was a fluke and now it's coming back. This is how they get their hooks in you, because it was bait. It was a trap. And that's what a lot of times narcissists do to bait you, is that they show you a lot of love because they know that you'll respond to that, and that'll entice you in. And it will also entice you to stay when you're wanting to leave. Now, the second way that narcissists control people is through what is called gaslighting. Now, gaslighting is a term that essentially means making somebody doubt their own sanity. Now, in the context of narcissism, what does this look like? A lot of times this looks like emotional abuse, meaning a narcissist will make you doubt your own emotions. Let me give you an example. Let's say you and I are dancing and we're in a crowded room. All of a sudden, you step on my foot. I yell and I scream, ah, oh, that hurt. Now, a normal, healthy response from you would be, oh, I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to, are you okay? That would be a normal, healthy response. For a narcissist who is using gaslighting, will say something like, what are you doing? Why are you attracting all this attention on yourself? Do you just like it when people notice you? Or they'll say to the room in general, can you believe this? Do you see what I have to put up with? She always, or he always, does this in public. And they're making you feel guilty. That's gaslighting. That's emotional manipulation. It's basically saying you felt a certain way. You felt hurt. You felt sad. You felt angry. And what that did for the narcissist is it made them start to feel guilty. They hurt you. They did wrong by you. and they're starting to feel guilty. Well, narcissists, if you remember from our very first video, narcissists are never, ever the villain in their own story, meaning that they never can feel guilt. They can feel it, but as soon as they feel it, they know that you're being mean to them, that you're victimizing them, you're abusing them in their mind. So you erupt emotionally. They start to feel guilt. So what they do, and they may not even be aware that they're doing this because they've been doing it so long that they don't even have to think. It just is, it comes naturally, is you're making me feel guilty, therefore it's your fault. Why are you doing this? Why are you making me feel this way? Why are you getting so upset? Why are you making such a big deal out of this? And they make you question your own emotions. And the reason that can control you, kind of going back to the video on part 1, is that if you're somebody who kind of is very introspective and they accuse you of shaming them or embarrassing them or trying to get attention, or however they reframe it, however they gaslight you, you're going to kind of take that seriously. You're going to kind of say, geez, was I doing that? And while you're doing that, you're not focusing on them. So that's how they control you. The third way is that they use henchmen. What this means is that narcissists typically will try and get the people that are in your life to like them. Typically, I see this with parents and I see this with friends. But basically, anybody that matters to you that has influence in your life. This could be parents, this could be brothers and sisters, friends, a boss, co-workers, your kids, whoever that may be. The narcissist is going to really show themselves really good to them. They're going to get those people to like them and appreciate them, which isn't a bad thing until you guys start arguing, until you guys start fighting, until you're making them feel guilty. And at first they're gaslighting you and they're putting it back on you, but maybe you're starting to resist. Maybe you're I don't think I'm the villain here. I think my feelings are genuine. Well, that doesn't work. So what they're going to do is that they're going to go to your parents. They're going to go to your friends. They're going to go to your kids. They're going to go to the people that matter in your life, and they're going to sell their side of the story. Can you believe how horrible she's treating me? She's so ungrateful. I do this and I do this and I do this for her. Can you believe that? And what they're doing is that they want these people to believe them and then come to you and reinforce the lie. Why are you treating your boyfriend this way? Why are you treating your mom this way? And they want you because, again, that's going to make you start to say, well, hold on, if these people in my life whom I trust are seeing this in me, maybe I am. Maybe I am just an angry person. Maybe I am just an emotionally damaged person. Maybe I am just damaged goods. That's how they control you. They control the story, and if they can't control you because you're starting to fight back, you're starting to not believe the lies that they're telling you, they'll recruit people in your life. They'll recruit henchmen to come in and kind of back up the story. So that's the third way that they control people. Now, the fourth way is through tarnishing your reputation, which they're kind of already doing with the henchmen. They're going to go to people around you and they're going to start spreading stories how you're emotional, you're never happy, you're a perfectionist, you're harsh, you're mean, and which is half true. But it's not the whole story. They're not telling the whole story. They're only telling the part of the story that makes people look at the narcissist and say, my goodness, you're such a hero. What happens is that, again, going back to what we talked about in the last video, that if you care about what people think, you care about people understanding you and having the full story, but now these people in your life, or maybe the narcissist or your kids or your parents or whoever they may be, are starting to have a picture of you that's not true. So what that's going to do is that's going to start isolating you from those people. Your friends or your parents, people that you used to talk to and could really understand you, now they don't understand you anymore. Now they're seeing you in a different light. And so you can't go to them as easily and talk about your feelings and talk about this relationship because The narcissist has kind of tarnished your reputation with these people, and that begins to isolate you and cut you off from a healthy support network that you've built up. And by doing that, you're not able to resist them when they tell you you're being a villain, because you don't have anybody in your life that's telling you otherwise. So that's the fourth way that they can control you. The fifth way that they can control you is fishing for conversation. Now, this is more on the back end of the relationship. Once you're starting to pull away, once you're starting to get healthy and kind of maybe leave this boyfriend or girlfriend or husband or wife, what they're going to do is they're going to fish for conversations, because why they need this is that narcissists don't feel guilty. They will not be the villain in their story. They literally need you to be the villain. You have to be the villain. And when you stop playing, when you start creating healthy distance, when you don't rise to the fights anymore, they can't handle that, because they need you. They need you to be the villain. And when you leave, they got to get you back. They're going to fish for that conversation. And if the love isn't a good bait, then maybe anger will work. Maybe if they can make you angry, maybe they can piss you off, maybe if they can hurt you with what they say, you'll come back, and you're going to come back steaming and mad, and you're going to look like a villain. And it's like, oh, thank God for them. It's like, okay, she's back, he's back. I've got my villain. Awesome. Now I can blame everything on them. And that's what they'll start to do, especially as you begin to set up healthy boundaries, is that they'll call, they'll text, maybe they'll get one of their henchmen to call or text you and start a fight. And then when you erupt, you're right back in there. And so part of how you begin to deal with a narcissist, especially on this last one, if they're starting to fish for a conversation, is to set up healthy boundaries. And we'll start to look at healthy boundaries in the next video. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you then. Bye.